Tonight we kneel at the altar of the magnificent Freddie Mercury.
His cock was huge.
Lead singer of Queen and one of the greatest rock and roll showmen ever.
Freddie used to say, oh, it's just my tool there, it's part of my rise to fame.
An outrageous international party animal.
He had sex with both men and women.
And a legendary lord of excess.
He was a sex god.
A man who brought pleasure to millions.
Yeah, a really good time in bed.
One of Britain's best-loved pop performers, Freddie Mercury's love life was one of his best-kept secrets. But tonight we uncover the very private life of this very public persona through the friends and lovers who knew him best.
Freddie Mercury was a serial faller in lover, always looking for love, the love.
And we discover how his quest for true love inspired some of the greatest rock anthems ever written. Born in 1946 on the exotic island of Zanzibar off the east coast of Africa, Freddie Mercury came into the world as Farouk Bulsara. A stint at a strict boys' boarding school and an alarming overbite earned him his childhood nickname, Bucky.
He would have been called Bucky. We've got a particular characteristics of protruding teeth, and obviously he had prominently protruding teeth.
The son of a civil servant, in 1964, Freddie was relocated with his family to fun-filled Feltham in Middlesex.
If he'd had his way, he would have been born aged 18 in Feltham.
Young Freddie was ready to sink his teeth into swinging London. His only dilemma, which way was he going to swing?
At college, Freddie went out with a very beautiful girl called Rosemary Pearson. His sexual relationship with Rosemary was did not have a happy outcome. His performance in bed was imperfect, shall we say. He was on the wrong track.
But he was sure about one thing. He was going to be a superstar. So Farouk Bulsara changed his name to Freddie Mercury. He joined a band, sharing his rock dreams with pretty boys Brian and Roger, as they dandied around London's Kensington Market.
When Freddie and Roger were on Kensington Market with a very small gentleman's outfitters, they were widely known as a pair of old queens. It's entirely conceivable that that's where the name came from.
Most people just thought it meant Queen as in the Queen of England. Didn't realise it meant a gay man.
They always insisted, it wasn't just a gay thing at all, and of course the other three are not, and to my knowledge, never have been.
I just thought it was a great name. And I automatically thought about was our lovely Queen, you know, or our lovely Queen Mum, rest her dear soul.
Queen or no queen, before you could say cross-dressing rock god, Freddie had bagged blonde beauty Mary Austin, with whom he was to spend the next 6 years.
Freddie and Mary were in love. I mean, they were a very close couple. They did everything together. He was certainly absolutely besotted with her. She was beautiful and very sort of ethereal.
Very sweet, domesticated little couple. She's very shy, just really the opposite of Freddie, whereas Freddie was quite happy to be the centre of attention. She really didn't need to be. So in that way, they complemented each other.
They appeared to be a normal, happy couple who got on well and, as far as I knew, slept together. I didn't inquire.
She was the one person in his life that he truly trusted. So she was a soul sister.
He was her dream, and she was his foundation. And Mary, of course, was the breadwinner.
I believe he was in love with Mary. The only problem with Mary was that she was a girl.
But yeah, he was always looking at guys. He was always looking at, you know, I never saw him pull a guy. I think looking for sex. The love he had for Mary. He would say, oh, look at him, and look at him, and look at that one over there, and him, oh, look at that builder, look at that, you know. He used to like a big sort of, you know, builders and things, and muscle men. I don't know why he ever fancied me.
As Queen's record company plugger, Eric Hall was concerned about their chart position. Freddie, though, was more concerned with Eric.
He used to be infatuated with me, I don't know why. But was I his type? I assume I must have been.
Freddie was a man's man, and I think Eric was a pretty tough little Cockney lad.
We went to Radio Luxembourg, and we stayed at this Holiday Inn hotel. He jumped in the bed with me, and I thought, "You get out, you schmuck." And he did, but he insisted and wouldn't leave my room until he just sat there holding my hand for 20 minutes. Just, "Can I hold something?" So I thought, "I'll try the hand, but..."
It was Freddie's frustration over his pug-faced plugger that, according to Eric, inspired Queen's breakthrough hit, Killer Queen.
He told me that was song was about me. He said to me, "I'm the Queen, Eric, and you're killing me, I can't have you." She's a killer queen.
For Eric, Freddie's androgynous antics on Top of the Pops were an audio-visual mating call.
Of course, every time I heard Killer Queen on the radio or saw him on Top of the Pops the first time, I know what was in his mind when he wrote that song. The lyrics were, if I remember most rightly, was he keeps Moe Chandon in his fancy cabinet. I used to keep champagne in my little fancy cabinet in my office.
She keeps Moe Chandon in a pretty cabinet. Let them eat cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette.
You won't believe it seeing me now. I'm monster permed hair, like Marie Antoinette. But, you know, there's Top of the Pops, Killer Queen. With me, I inspired that song because he fancied me, you know.
She's a killer.
But even Eric couldn't be sure that the love-hungry lyrics and the provocative performance were aimed at him and him alone.
Maybe it was bullshit. He may have done the same line with every other guy he fancied. The most he ever achieved was when he held my hand. I think my hand anyway.
Coming up, Freddie finally comes clean with a man.
Freddie grabbed me and kissed me, and I was so shocked.